The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rikahakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostles, my bishops, my elders of Great Millstone. I want to give double honors to the high priest elders that taught those men. Salutations to you brothers that are presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice, pushing the gospel of the Lord, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, through the four corners of the earth. And to you believers, to you I say Shalom. This brother Bon Malak out of Great Millstone Camp, Austin, coming at you with this lesson. And this lesson really is just going to speak on a few things, man. You know, we got this thing what Esau Edom, and this is this old technology. You know, the Esau Edom been trying for years. You know, to block out the sun. You know, they got the patents, and brothers are doing videos on it. And Esau Edom is, you know, trying to block out the sun. You know, the natural golden brown. I guess, you know, that when the sun is setting and the sun is rising, you can see how beautiful it is. And now people saying that the sun is looking more like a fluorescent light, you know, just a clear light, you know, because, you know, this is Esau Edom, the so-called self-professed white man, who is the spiritual demon Satan. He's the physical counterpart to the spiritual demon Satan, you know, on earth, because he operates on the left-hand side. You know, so that's why I'm reading out of the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Not where and who is he? You know, he covered the faces of the judges thereof also, because he made himself an image of our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. So he's given you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans an image of white supremacy. So the wicked, they will do wicked shit. That's what they was created to do. Esau Edom was created to be wicked on the earth. And we're not just talking about one person. The whole nation of Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child, they're all wicked. You know, and don't be mad at the messenger. You know, if you got a problem, you got a problem with Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. I'm just reading the scriptures. And we're identifying, you know, as Brother Kassar said, the nigga that checks all the boxes. And we know that Esau Edom, the so-called self-professed white man, he checked every box, you know, in wickedness. Well, he raped, robbed, and murdered. He started chattel slavery. He dropped a fucking atomic bomb on Hiroshima. This nigga continues to oppress you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. This nigga is defiling the earth, the air. The food that you eat is defiled. So this nigga, he checks all the boxes. He's getting ready to bring in a MOT to the B. It's spoken of in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. The Charagma. So this nigga, he checks all the boxes. Matter of fact. And he's what? He's the deceiver. I don't even have it. Let's go to Revelation real quick. Let's go to Revelation. Matter of fact, I want to get this in the blue letter. Let's get this in the blue letter. Slocky. Let me have it up here. Let's go to Revelation 12 and 12. We'll read it. We'll look up a few words. So we have to try to continue to edify you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. The book of Revelation, chapter 12. It says, chapter 12 and verse 12, it says, rejoice, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Whether, you know, this nigga is trying to block the sun, or what his direct energy weapon is creating this global heat, you know, that you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans and inhabitants of the earth are experiencing. We know it's all at the hands, ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. He gave him permission to, you know, to bring these plagues and these other these events in the earth, Because Yahweh Bashem Shah has allowed Esau Edom, he's giving him the knowledge to destroy himself, i.e. the thermonuclear missiles, man. You know, the nuclear bomb. He's giving him that just so that he can destroy himself. And that's what a wicked nigga will be doing. Falling right into the hands of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah, man. So this devil is using his own technology and his own thing to what? To destroy himself. So again, the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12, said, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Let's look at some of these words. We're going to look at inhabitants. I ain't really looked up that word. Strong's G 2730.
Strong's G 2730. Katoikeo. Katoikeo.
See what it means. To dwell, to settle. Some outline of biblical usage. It says a metaphor, divine power, influence, are said to dwell in the soul, pervade, prompt, govern, to dwell and inhabit, you know, inhabitants of the earth, the people. You inhabit something, you dwell in there. You know, so you gotta get, let's look at the devil. It said, because the devil has come down having great wrath, right? Strong's G 1228. Diablos.
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Diabolos. We go down to the outline of biblical usage. It says what? Prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. It's a metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of Yahweh, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. And we know that Esau Edom, you know what? Because he what? In Psalms 50 and 16, he cast the words of the Most High Yahweh Bashem. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna paraphrase it. I'm not paraphrasing. We're not paraphrasing today. We're not paraphrasing. Let's go to Psalms. Esau said they're a Christian Judea nation, right? So if you're a Christian Judea nation, you know, you should be, you should be hell bent on keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Shah. You should what? You should, everything that you do should be built upon the words of the Holy Scriptures, man. But Esau Edom, he don't. He's contrary to the words of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Shah. The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 16, it says, but unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should have taken my covenant in thy mouth? See, the covenant was only given, you know, the oath was only given to the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. But Esau Edom said, oh, we're a Christian Judeo nation. So if you're a Christian, again, if you're a Christian Judeo nation, you should be praising Yahweh Bashem Shah. You shouldn't be doing anything in wickedness. Everything should be according to the what? The law, statutes, commandments of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Shah. Verse 17, seeing thou hatest instructions and castest my words behind thee. So they do everything the opposite that the Bible say. Hey, the Bible tell you that what? A unity is between what? A man and a woman. Esau Edom. Oh man, you two men, y'all can get married. You two women, y'all can get married. The Bible say thou shalt not commit murder. But the first thing Esau Edom do, he get an ICE department, and what the first thing they do? They start murdering every fucking body that don't look like them. Because what? This nigga is the wicked, man. Matter of fact. So when we go back to the deceiver, Diablos, we go back, it says what? A metaphor. It says applied to a man by opposing Yahweh may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. See, that's why we say he is the physical counterpart to the spiritual demon Satan. You know, because you Christians, you 2/3 of you, even you Negro, Latinos, and everything, y'all believe that the devil is a man with a red pitchfork, you know, that's going to come off from underneath the ground. You know what? Esau Edom, he's fucking above ground, and he wear a fucking $20,000 suit with $10,000 shoes, and they go to the earth, you know what, taking and pillaging everybody's natural resources. Esau Edom, the so-called self-professed white man, the nigga try to block out the sun, the nigga do direct energy weapons, you know, to take people's land, create havoc, so that he can what, go and invade their territory. So when we go back and read, let's go. So when we go back and read the book of Revelation 12 and 12, it says, Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, Esau Edom, the so-called self-professed white man, woman, and child, has come down unto you, having great wrath. Nigga having great wrath, because what? He knoweth that he have but a short time. He knoweth he have but a short time, matter of fact. Let's go here. I got the apocrypha open. Matter of fact, let's go Ecclesiastes. Let's go to 12. No, I think it's 10. Could be wrong, but we're going to find out. He know he have but a short time, it says. I'm at 12. Am I in 12 or 10? Yeah, 12. 10, it says, we're going to go to verse 4. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh, and in due time will he set over one that is profitable. See? So the Lord, the devil's coming down having great wrath because he knows that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is getting ready to set up one that is more profitable. And that's Yahushua, Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls JC, and the 144,000 mighty men. You know, and then what? The Israel, the kingdom of heaven, will be for the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So that's why the devil's coming down having great wrath. That's why this nigga is trying to block out the sun. That's why this nigga is bringing on this MOT to the beat. That's why we got Jeremiah 30 and 7. They're taking Jacob's trouble. That's why the Third World War is getting ready to take place. We're in the middle of the Third World War, the beginning stages of it. Because the devil, the Diablos, he gonna do what? He opposes the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Matter of fact, let's go to Jeremiah. We're speaking on. I'm gonna go to here right quick. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, 31, and verse 35. And this is why Esau Edom, and you have to understand Esau, you know, because he's cunning as hell. He always trying to do something, you know, to cast Israel away from the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. See, 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all just can't quite understand his movements. That's why, matter of fact, that's why. Let's go to Amos. Let's go to Amos real quick. Salaki. Let's go to the book of Amos. Damn, tricky, man. I can't see at all. Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, surely the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. See, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua revealed these secrets to the servants, the prophets, and the prophets are coming out here and telling you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans every move that Esau makes. It's like playing chess with him. Oh, we know you about to make this move. You know, and blocking out the sun is a move that what? So that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, can discontinue Israel from being a nation before him. That's why we're going to go to the book of Jeremiah, man. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, and verse 35. And it reads, it says, and thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of hosts is his name. That's the name of the Lord, the creator of the heaven and earth and all things therein. It says what? Verse 36. It says, if those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. See, Esau, that's his craftiness, man. That's the cunningness of Esau. Hey, man, we're going to go up here, your boy, what's the nigga with the own Apple, the Apple guy? He went up, he was like, we're going to block out the sun. We got the patents, we got everything that we can do to block the sun. It's not to block the sun, because that Esau Edom is catching hell on earth with the sun already. They catching cancer. They can't go out in the sun. They're the sun is against them. So that's why they block it. They want to block out the sun, but it's bigger than just that. They want to cast off, have the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua cast off you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, from the seed of, and what? Seed of Israel. Jacob, his name was changed to Israel, Yasharallah. He prince of the power. And Jacob, is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. We read this every day, man. I have to say that every day in these lessons. And it's talking about you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Then, if they can block out the sun, then the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua will have to cast off Israel forever. But it's an impossible task. But nevertheless, Esau, because he's a fucking devil, he's going to continue to try to do that, because he wants his birthright back. And it's not his birthright. The birthright was going to Jacob. The birthright was always going to go to Jacob. So, and again, it says, verse 36, Jeremiah 31 and 36, if those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me forever. See Esau, he always got some trickery up his damn bag, man. And we can't fight against this nigga, man. We can't just, we don't have the, number one, the technology, nor do we have we don't have the access to the technology to stop this nigga. But we got the names of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Matter of fact, I didn't even have this, but that was in my reading, and I'm gonna go to it. Let's go to 1 Samuel. Let's go to 1 Samuel. Oh, I'm tripping. I can't see a damn thing. Let's go to 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel, let me see. Okay, yeah, this is King David. Let's go. We're going to start. We'll read verse 4. We'll read verse 4 because we know that America, Babylon the Great, and Esau Edom is that Goliath that, that Israel was fighting against. That they was fighting against the Philistines, but we can apply, that Esau as the Goliath for the day, man. Because no one has ever came over here and penetrated. I used that word the other day in camp. No one has came over here and fucking from the outside and did any kind of damage to Esau Edom's kingdom. Everything that's done with inside of Babylon the Great is always an inside job. But anyway, anyhow, this is when Israel was getting ready to fight against the Philistines, and the Philistines stood on a mountain on one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side, and there was a valley between them. And then, because America is that champion, the greatest country in the world, right? Verse 5. Verse 4, it said, and there went out a champion out of the camps of the Philistines, named Goliath of Gad, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. I think that goes into about 9. In the NLT, it say it was 9 feet tall, And the nigga was proud too. He was 9 feet tall and he was proud as hell. But we're gonna go down here and see what King David. Let's go all the way down. We just gonna go right to the point. Just got to get to it. Verse 45. This is 1 Samuel 17 and verse 45. Then said, we're just going right to the point. It says, then said David, he's talking to the goddamn Goliath. Then said David to the Philistines, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield. He said, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua host, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defiled. See, King David, he was like, man, shit, I ain't worried about your fucking sword and spear. And Esau, he was blessed with that sword from our forefather Isaac. And it's a beautiful thing that, and we know that Isaac is Yahushua in reincarnation. And Yahushua is going to take that sword away from this damn devil, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. We know it's a beautiful thing. So it says, then said David to the Philistines, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear. It said, and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua host, the God, instead of power Yahweh of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defiled, man. See, we got to call on the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua. We can't fight against this devil, man, no other way but with the scriptures, man. Hebrews 4 and 12. You can go read that. Hebrews 4 and 12. So we're going to close it out right here in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua was confounded? Or did any abide in his spirit and was confounded? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? He never despised no one that called upon him. That's why we put our trust in the Most High Yahweh by Shem Yahushua in these last days, man, because this devil is coming down having great wrath. Revelation 12 and 12, man. This revelation is coming down having great wrath. Matter of fact, so what? And here's another. Let's go to the book of Revelation again. Matter of fact, let's go to Revelation. I could have ended it down. Let's go to Revelation chapter 3. Let's go verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, everything that's written in this holy scriptures, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, your suffering, it said, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. We know the hour of temptation is going to be ultimately is that MOT to the B that's spoken of in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. Because what? Goliath is coming at us, man. I'm just, making that analogy that America, Babylon the Great, is symbolic to, Goliath, man. Whoever could thought they can be taken down. Whoever thought that this place can be taken down. Until we came into the fullness of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the Holy Comforter came and it gave us what? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now we know, like, damn, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is getting ready to take this nigga down, man. It says, because thou hast kept the words of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. See, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, he's always protected Israel. As King David went in the battle against the Philistines, against Goliath. Now we're in that same position, man, going against this nigga. And what? We're going to keep the words of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And we're going to what? And we're going to overcome. We're going to win. We got the victory. So I'm going to close it out there. I pray this lesson has been edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rikahakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostles, my bishops, my elders of Great Millstone. I want to give double honors to the high priest elders that taught those men. Salutations to you brothers that present your bodies as a living sacrifice, pushing the gospel of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua through the four corners of the earth, and to you believers, to you, and Akim and Akwathim, to you I say Shalom.